Not all domains work the same, and knowing the difference between the various types of domain names can be vital when you're creating a website. Fortunately, there are ways that you can tell which domains are appropriate for your site and which should be avoided, so that you can pick a name that will improve your site's user experience and branding. In this video, we'll go over the different types of domains and offer some advice for choosing the right one. So let's get started. At its core, a domain name is your specific website's address, what people will use to find it online. When someone types your domain name into a browser, your site appears. Each website's domain, or address, can be broken down into different parts. The first part is its top-level domain, also known as a TLD, which is sometimes also called a domain name extension. This is what comes right after the primary domain name. For instance, the .com in www.dreamhost.com. However, there are many other top-level domains besides just .com. You can choose from dozens of options, such as generic TLDs like .net, .edu, .info, and .org, or a fresh generation of new TLDs such as .art, .blog, .tech, or .io, just to make it easier to find a domain for your site that isn't taken. It's also worth noting that some TLDs are restricted. For example, government websites can use .gov, and country codes are restricted to use in specific countries. At this point, we've covered the TLD section of your site's domain name. But what about the rest of the URL? Well, that's where second-level domains, or SLDs, come into play. Let's look back at our web address example, www.dreamhost.com. As we've seen, .com is the TLD. The SLD is what immediately precedes it, which in this case is Dreamhost. It's usually best to start by settling on an SLD and then experiment with different TLDs. You can also use our domain checker to see what's currently available. Just type in a domain name that you're interested in and hit the search button. You'll be presented with multiple SLD and TLD options so that you can settle on the perfect name. So how do you decide which domain name is best for your website? Well, choosing a name can be one of the most significant decisions that you'll make as a site owner. After all, if you're running a business or otherwise plan to grow your website, your domain name can have a major impact on branding and visibility. That's why it's a good idea to keep these considerations in mind. At the very least, use appropriate keywords. For example, if you're an art company, you might want to include a targeted keyword related to your line of business, such as pastel or events. Google Keyword Planner can aid in your keyword research. It's equally important to keep your domain name short and simple, since it also needs to be memorable. It's generally easier to remember one or two words than a whole phrase. Also, it's crucial that whatever domain name you choose isn't likely to infringe on any trademarks. So do your research to see if there are any other businesses or websites with very similar names. This can help ensure that you get off to a safe start with your own site. Ready to build an online presence? Whether you need help understanding name servers, navigating DNS records, or vetting a hosting service, we can help. Subscribe to our channel so you never miss a tutorial and register a domain today. See you next time.